global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Global Happiness Today. Many months ago, Nigerians woke up with a rude shock that the popular tele-evangelist TB Joshua was dead. Weeks after his death, a lot of drama came out of the church where there was a power tussle between the pastors and the wife of the late TB Joshua. Eventually, the wife took over the reins of affairs, running of the church, and eventually most of the pastors that were loyal to TB Joshua gradually and very quickly left the church. A lot of drama went down over issue of funds, finances, and all that. But as we speak, it looks like drama is not done yet in the church, and more sad news is emanating from that part. Some 2-3 weeks ago, hoteliers around that church were already lamenting over very poor patronage, as they were actually looking for realtors, as in real estate agents, that would possibly buy out their houses because of very poor patronage. Well, as we speak, more sad news are coming and tongues are wagging because of the dynamic of what is happening right now in LateTB Joshua's church. Before we go into the news proper, like you subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button beside it. You will see bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as we update our channel on YouTube. Well, according to the news, fire has destroyed the tomb shelter of the late founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations, Prophet mpér Joshua, otherwise known as TB Joshua for short, in Agodo area of Ikoton, Lagos State. It was also gathered that this fire started around 6:30 p.m. as at Wednesday. A resident who spoke on condition of anonymity said no one could tell if anyone died in the incident. He said, and I quote, "The affected property is on Ajasiberi Street, Agodo. The house started burning around 6:30 p.m. in the evening, and as I speak with you, fire service officials are trying to put out the fire." That was so many hours ago. The compound of the house is big, so nobody can see what they are doing inside. Also, officials putting out the fire didn't allow anybody inside. The acting coordinator, National Emergency Management Agency, Ibrahim Fariloye, who also confirmed the incident, said the fire has been put out. He said the incident happened at a building belonging to the late pastor. The late pastor usually went there to relax and meditate. Federal fire service officials moved in to put out the fire. The head Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services, Margaret Adesheye, said the fire affected the shelter covering the late pastor's tomb. She said, and I quote, "It is confirmed that a section around that tomb of the late pastor TB Joshua caught fire. A shelter was built to cover the tomb because it is an open place, so it was the shelter that caught fire, but we were able to curtail it, and it did not spread beyond where it started from. We have yet to identify the cause of the fire." Nigerians' mouth tatafu, it is already running. If you hear what Nigerians are saying, it's pathetic. I think as a nation, as a people, we are very religious people. In fact, let me just take one or two comments so you understand what I am seeing here. Some person said, I quote some here, somebody here said, "Eventually everything hidden will be revealed." I could still remember when some people will come all out when he was alive, saying that he was not a real man of God, that he used to do some things with some women. Eventually, we are seeing some mysterious things happening. Come on. Let us get real here. Does it mean that if by mistake there's a fire outbreak, it is the village people or it is a spiritual thing? Does it mean that fire cannot normally catch things because of carelessness of some persons? It's not everything that we must read meanings to. So if there's fire outbreak in a poor man's house, it is normal. Yeah, too bad. If it is somebody who you suspect is, stinkingly rich, and you don't understand how he got the word, it is diabolical. It doesn't have to be that way. It could be anything. Okay, anything can cause a fire outbreak. Don't forget that that's the place where he usually relax. And anyone could actually do. Remember, we're in the era of UGM and insecurity. Any disgruntled element could actually do that. I'm not saying that they're the one that did it, but anybody can do it. Nigeria is that insecure. So don't always, personal opinion, and don't always read meanings to everything and say it has to be diabolical. That man of God may be a true man of God. He may be in heaven, he may be in hell, I don't know where he is. But for crying out loud, it's not everything we read meanings to. Personal opinion anyway. This one here is saying, we will know. How can fire leave other places and catch its tomb? What is fire looking for there? Everything that was gotten will eventually be exposed. It is well. Let me explain. Maybe I don't know what it is that got the fire, but if there's a shelter on the tomb, that is wood. And if it is wood, wood is fire friendly. Permit me to use that word, fire friendly. If you set anything on fire and there's a wood around, it will act as catalyst. It will act like fuel to it. It will encourage the fire to blossom more, which means it is not unusual that if there's a fire outbreak and there's a shelter over his tomb, that shelter could catch fire, because the wood they used to build the shelter is very friendly with fire. Maybe they decided to do shelter over his tomb just to give it some class. My people, we are beyond this level. The only thing I'll probably say is that maybe if there's nobody living in that house, maybe they should bring someone that will, from time to time, cleaning and be ensuring that some of these electricals are properly placed. But to begin to read meanings simply because now Nigerians, and when he was alive, nobody throws shades at him. Is it not that he's dead that people are beginning to pick things? Well, I pray that there should be no more negative news coming from that. The woman has suffered quite enough. The wife of TB Joshua, the man died not on a ripe age. I won't call that a ripe age. He was still a young man. Some of our founding fathers are still very much alive, strong and healthy. For him to have died so early, it's something I know that the children must have grieved and moved on. Let's not compound it for them. I thank God, based on what we've gotten information on our decks, there was no casualty when it comes to human. Whatever it is that was burnt, by the grace of God, I'm sure the family is capable of fixing it. That's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in our comment section. What's your take? Do have a nice time.